Alright, so my book was Have You Ever Seen a Flower, which was written and illustrated by Sean Harris, and it was the Caldecott Honor Award winner in 2022. And this book is about a young child who leaves a city and travels to the woods and stumbles upon a meadow full of flowers and closely examines the flowers with all of their senses. And I think it tries to relate to show a deeper meaning of flowers and growth to every person in the child's life. We can see that the cover art has a lot of flowers and is surrounded by this white circle, sort of, that has the child and the child's dog in it with the title and the author. And I took the dust cover off so it was a little easier to examine. And then if we open this, the front cover flap has a quote from the book. And then this back flap has a little bit of an about the author at the top there. And then it also has some reviews from a few other famous books by this author. The boards underneath of the cover are similar to the drawings in here. This is what the front looks like, and then the back is entirely pink in that same shading. And then if we open the book, this is what the inside looks like. It's all just colored pencil in here, or it looks like colored pencil or maybe like oil pastels, I'm not too sure. And the back pages are like this as well. And if we flip back one, oops, that was two. This is the last page of the story, so it doesn't have any end papers. The story just ends and then it's the inside cover. We flip to the front, however, this front page is the copyright page with all of that info and a drawing that's similar to the rest in the book. And then it has the title page as well. And then this is a horizontal spread book, and most of the illustrations, which it's very heavily illustrated, are double spread pages. You can see the child here is in color, and then the rest of the city is black and white in the first couple of pages, and you can still see the kid in there that's colored. And then as soon as the child gets to the forest area, all the rest of the color comes in. It's all very, very bright colors with very little text on each page. Like short lines make it easy to read for kids and to follow. And all of the illustrations are also pretty easy to make out because he leaves lines and like white spaces around all of the flowers, so they're a little bit easier to see the outline of. We have the dog and the child here. And I feel like the art in this book is kind of meant to have a flow with all of the lines that are in it of the media that was used. And then there's also one full red page back here after the child pricks their finger on the flower. It kind of like symbolizes the finger bleeding, so like all of that is red, which is kind of cool. And I feel like this story is told from like as a story, not really, it's not the perspective of like a child, or this page was from the flower's perspective, I guess. And I think that it helps you kind of form like an intimate connection with it because a lot of the illustrations are up close with it. And I think that it brings in an element of like surrealism almost, in a very simple way, I think, because the younger audience makes it a little bit easier for them to relate to because of the senses that it mentions in here. Like, you can smell, do you see a flower, or like, have you ever seen a flower? And then it gets into smelling a flower here. And what does it kind of remind you of? And then hearing or speaking into a flower. And then we have the sense of like touching a flower. Like, have you ever felt a flower? And then this is, again, that book where it's showing blood, sort of, and that it relates to showing life inside of somebody. And then it says life is all around you, because the child pricks a finger on the flower, but there's flowers everywhere here. Yeah, I thought this book was super cute, and I really like it. I like the illustrations a lot, and the like colored pencil looking sort of things, because I think it's easy for kids to like relate that to their own drawings as well, and maybe they would want to draw something from this book in the future. And I think it's very simple but also very beautiful, and the deeper meaning into this like very simple lines in the page of text makes it really cute as well. And I liked seeing the child like examining all of the flowers, and you could definitely feel how the child felt like alive from it. Like, the child looks like they're happy and fun. And yeah, so that is the book Have You Ever Seen a Flower by Sean Harris.